Let's see how to begin our fall still life drawings. Once you've taken a picture of your still life, you can begin drawing with pencil. I would suggest starting your drawing with the largest pumpkin first and then working on the smaller ones. When you begin drawing your pumpkin, start with a very light sketch of an oval. Depending on the shape of your pumpkin, think of it like a flattened oval shape. So here I have a very light sketch of where the bottom pumpkin in this stack will be. Right now I'm working on drawing an oval for the pumpkin on the top of the stack. Next, I'm going to draw the sections of the pumpkin on the bottom. I'm going to start with a vertical oval shape in the middle of the large oval that I sketched. Then I'm going to draw long and thin curves on each side of the vertical oval. The curves on the left side are like a long letter C shape, and the curves on the right are like a long backward C shape. The curve should start at the top of the vertical oval shape and end at the bottom. You should draw about 3 to 4 of these curves on each side of your pumpkin shape. Now I'm cleaning up the shape a bit by erasing and redrawing any lines that need adjusting. Next, I'm going to work on drawing the sections for the pumpkin on the top. I'm going to begin the same way I did before by drawing a vertical oval shape in the middle. Remember, when you are drawing, it is really important to draw super lightly when you are sketching your pumpkin shape. That way you can erase anything that you need to easily. Now I can draw the curves on the sides of the oval shape for the other sections of the pumpkin. Remember, these curved lines should begin at the top of the vertical oval shape and end at the bottom of the oval shape. Because these pumpkins are stacked on top of each other, their drawings overlap a bit, so I can erase the lines that I don't need. Now I can work on the stem shape for this pumpkin, and after draw the sections of the pumpkin that are visible behind the stem. For this pumpkin, the stem stands up vertically, but for some pumpkins, the stems may be curved or shorter. I am drawing 2 vertical lines that curve out a bit, and then a small oval at the top to connect the lines. Now I'm going to draw the sections of the pumpkin behind the stem. I'm drawing curved lines that start at the stem and curve to the back of the pumpkin because we cannot see the whole shape in this view. Now I'm just adjusting some of my lines to even out the shape. Once you have drawn all of your pumpkins, make sure you have also drawn a horizon line to show that your pumpkins are sitting on a surface like a table or counter. Because my pumpkins take up most of my space, I only need to draw parts of my horizon line that I have room for. When you're ready to add color, think of the color of the pumpkin you're working on and choose a few colored pencils to use on that pumpkin. Choose some darker shades and some lighter shades of that color. First, start by outlining the pencil lines of the pumpkin with the darkest color you chose. Like, for example, this pumpkin is going to be yellow-orange, so I'm outlining the lines with a yellow-orange colored pencil. After outlining, I'm going to color the top and bottom and edges of each section with the yellow-orange, and then fill in the middle part of the sections with the lighter colors. For this pumpkin, I'm using a lighter yellow and white as my light colors. Like here, I'm coloring with the lighter yellow, and then I'm going to layer white on top to show a highlight. A highlight is where the light hits an object. When you add a highlight in your drawing, it makes the object look more realistic. You can look at the picture of your still life to see where the highlights are on your pumpkins. Here for the next section, I'm going to follow the same steps. Color with yellow-orange on the top, bottom, and edges, and then fill in the shape with the lighter yellow and color white on top to add a highlight. I can't wait to see how your fall still lifes turn out.